Make sure to subscribe, like and share. I'm putting this here so as to not spoil the ending of the video. Ideally, it's the opposing team that bangs their wheel going in the battle for supremacy, but sometimes the heat of war is contained within the very same garage, and when the machinery is on equal terms, the clash of the ego begins. The adrenaline rush to cross the line leading the pack in every single race is what a driver is aiming for. Unfortunately, only one can take the win, and that creates a little bit of chaos. Let's take a look at one of the most infamous in-team rivalries that have taken place over the course of time. The 1989 Formula One season was said to serve as the continuation of the 1988 campaign when Senna and his teammate Alain Prost won 15 of the 16 races. The one race that neither of the drivers won was the Italian Grand Prix, where Ferrari managed to take an emotional victory 4 weeks after the death of Enzo Ferrari. The McLaren Hondas did not quite enjoy the same level dominance this time, but from an early stage in the championship, it was clear that either Prost or Senna would come up on top. While there had been some moments of tension between the pair, it was nothing in comparison to the hostility which developed in their second season together. Although there was some sort of mutual admiration between the two, the battle for supremacy turned into one of the fiercest rivalries in the history of any sport. Going to Suzuka, into the penultimate round of the championship, Prost had a 21-point advantage over Senna, sitting in second place and needing a victory to remain a candidate for the championship with just a few laps to go. The notoriously precise Brazilian-born racer made his move. Was there a gap? Yes. Did it stick? No. Prost turned in, but Senna was already on top of him, and the two cars ended up crashing. In a situation with both drivers out of the race, Prost was the one to win the championship, as there was only one more race in the calendar. There was just one problem though: Senna wasn't having it. Refusing to throw in the towel and concede defeat, he waved desperately to the marshals that he was attempting to rejoin the race, and so he did. Happy ending, right? Well, not quite. The stewards had other plans, as they usually do. Though the move on Prost was unorthodox, it was deemed a racing incident. After all, if the gap is there, and you are fighting for the championship, you might as well have a go. They argued that because Senna used the escape road to rejoin the track, he cut the chicane, and didn't complete the exact race distance as the others. Hence, he was disqualified from the race results. Not a time penalty as it is now. His whole race was gone. This meant that Alessandro Nannini won the 1989 Japanese Grand Prix and the championship went to Prost. For the following season, Prost moved to Ferrari and the battle between them was more intense than ever. Coincidence or not, Suzuka was witness to the drama once again, as a clash between the two drivers saw Prost going out of the race and Senna winning the championship. Balance was restored in the universe.
Can you tell us what happened on the first lap by Ayrton?
Well, unfortunately we touched in the first corner when we were fighting for the lead, and we both went off.
I think that's because the pole position is on the wrong side of the track here. You wanted to change that.
Absolutely. You fight, you break your to be on pole, and then they put you on the wrong side of the circuit.
How do you feel about being world champion?
It's not a bad feeling at all, is it?
Congratulations.
You've had 2 weeks to think about it. Do you think that he deliberately crashed into you?
Absolutely, 100%. And I have, a video here from the helicopter. I have the video from some people. I think it's very bad, to try to prove the things. But I am a racing driver, a lot of experience, and I never lie.
Senna and McLaren roamed home with the 1991 championship, yet again with Prost in second. In 1992, Prost, who was sacked by Ferrari for criticizing the car publicly for not being competitive, eventually decided to take a gap year from racing, as Senna only managed to finish fourth in a not-so-competitive McLaren. Prost returned the following year to race for Williams, with a clause in the contract making sure that Senna could not be hired as his teammate. The Frenchman had his revenge, winning his fourth title in the final year of his career as a Formula One driver. With Prost's career coming to a close in 1993 season, the stage was set for Senna to stake his claim as the true greatest. However, as often is the case with such a dangerous and unforgiving sport, such as Formula 1, Senna was cruelly denied the opportunity to grace his skill into the future. Killed in the early stages of the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, Senna's William collided at high speed with a barrier at the infamous Turn 4, causing widespread grief and loss. With Prost regularly a presence on the grid and in the paddock, he, of all people, recognized the significance of Senna's passing.